President William Ruto has assured Kenyans that the government is committed to implementing the Social Health Authority despite initial challenges. Speaking during a Sunday service at Jesus Winner Ministry in Roysambu, Nairobi, Ruto acknowledged the difficulties in rolling out the ambitious plan but assured Kenyans that it will succeed. The president emphasized that the scheme aims to provide medical cover for all Kenyans regardless of financial status, unlike previous health insurance models that mainly benefited the employed and financially stable.
Kwa sababu it is the biggest program tuko nayo kwa taifa la Kenya, pengine itachukua muda ishike laini, lakini believe you me, it is going to work. Believe you me. Tunaamini Mungu, Kenya hii itabadilika.
President Ruto also praised Bishop Mwai for supporting the government instead of criticizing it. He acknowledged the church's contribution to youth employment, particularly through the Kazi Maju Labour Export Initiative. Ruto also pledged 20 million shillings in support and promised to help raise an additional 100 million shillings.
Kwa mambo ya matoleo kanisani. Nyinyi mnajua. Wakati tunamtolea Mungu, hatumpatii binadamu. Si ndio? Matoleo tunayotoa sio kwa sababu tunampatia Bishop Mwai, hatupatii congregation hii, tunampatia Mungu. Mimi mwenyewe nitatoa milioni 20 kwanza. Mimi nimejaribu sana kutafuta kwa Biblia, na mimi ni msomi wa kiasi wa Biblia. Nimejaribu kutafuta mahali inasema ati ukimpatia Mungu unarudishiwa na askofu. Iko mahali? I am a product of giving to God.
Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has dismissed claims by President William Ruto that the opposition alliance is forming lacks a development agenda and only focuses on attacking the government. Speaking during a Sunday service in Machakos, Gachagua questioned why Ruto was spending hours watching the opposition instead of addressing Kenyans' needs. He reiterated that the alliance's main goal is to unseat Ruto in the next election. His remarks follow Ruto's criticism after the rebranding of Martha Karua's People's Liberation Party. The president urged the opposition to present a development plan instead of engaging in tribal politics. Gachagua also downplayed the reports of a pact between Ruto and ODM leader Raila Odinga, dismissing its impact on the opposition's strategy.
Ati hatuna mpango, tuko na mpango, lakini mpango ile tupepewa na Wakenya kwanza, the most urgent ni kutoa wewe. And when you call us conmen, Mr. President, take a mirror first, uangalie wewe mwenyewe, ujiangalie kwa kioo. Ukiita sisi conmen. The people of this country know who is a conman in this Kenya. Plan A ni kutoa wewe. Plan B is to restore the payslip, is to end corruption, is to end extrajudicial killing, is to end abduction, is to restore our dignity in the foreign service. So wewe usijali, we'll talk about you mpaka tukutoe. So wewe zoea. So we have many plans, Mr. President.
This as ODM leader Raila Odinga has reiterated calls for the compensation of individuals injured during a political protest in 2023 and 2024. Speaking in Mombasa on Sunday, Raila urged the government to compensate victims of the 2023 Azimio protest and the recent Gen Z demonstrations, stressing that injured youth and bereaved families deserve financial redress. The 2023 protest, driven by election disputes and the rising cost of living, led to loss of lives and economic disruptions. Raila's renewed demand comes amid a speculation over his political future. Following his failed African Union Commission bid, Odinga also slammed Ruto's government over sharp failures and corruption.
Watu wengi wanapata shida, gharama maisha imepanda, bei ya bidhaa ziko juu. Kwa upande wa matibabu vile mnaona shida ziko pale. Mambo ya ufisadi imeenea sana katika taifa letu hili. Ufisadi inaleta hujuma ya mali ya umma, inafukaisha taifa.
Meanwhile, a political realignment is emerging as Raila's allies engage with the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua's camp in a bid to challenge President William Ruto in the next election. Gachagua acknowledged Raila's political influence, stating that Ruto's survival depended on him.
Her Pearl Newsbeat.
More than 20 people from Todonyang, Turkana County remain missing a week after a deadly attack in a fisherfolk along the Kenya-Ethiopia border. The Kenya Red Cross has rescued 8 people hiding in Lake Turkana and continues a multi-agency search with expert divers. Disaster Management Head Venant Ndigile confirmed ongoing efforts with the families anxiously awaiting news. The attack, reportedly a retaliatory act of a fishing dispute, has heightened tension, preventing locals from resuming fishing. Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen, who recently visited the area, confirmed 2 bodies had been recovered and promised long-term interventions. Meanwhile, the government has provided a food aid to 100 households, though further humanitarian support is needed.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And across borders, the Ugandan army has confirmed it has sent troops to another town in northeastern Democratic Republic of Congo to fight local armed groups amid fears a raging conflict called a spiral into a wider war. The deployment was requested by the Congolese army following alleged massacres of civilians carried out by a militia known as the Cooperative for the Development of Congo. He said without providing further details. Mahagi is an Ituri province which borders Uganda, where at least 51 people were killed on February 10th by armed men affiliated with the Codeco, according to humanitarian and the local sources. Codeco claims it defends the interest of the Lender community, mainly composed of farmers, against the Hema community, mainly herders. That's the news. Good morning, I'm Jace Ubure.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits. Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.